Okay, first you need to turn on. And when you're running the machine, you need to turn on the heat filament as well, but we don't have to do that right now. We shall just program the controller. The controller has like two menus. The first, called the level 1, is for running programs, and the one called level 2 is for modifying or make new programs. So if I click here, you see it comes to program list, and then so the first one is to scroll through menus, and the second one is to select menu, and these two is to change some value. So when I click here, you see I can only come to program list, and I can choose that, and I can choose which program I want to run. And then when I'm finished, I can click this F1 to start the program and hold both these two to cancel the program. So in order to modify a program, we need to go to level 2 here. And to do that, we need to be on program list, and then I hold this select button. Then it says we are on level 1, and we want to, yeah, we are on level 1. Oops. And we want to go to level 2, so we select that. And then we need the pin code, and the pin code is 0002. So I just choose 000 and change to 2, enter. So now we have access to the second menu. So that means here I can change to program, just select here. So now I have both program list and program select. So we go to program select, choose, and then I choose which program I want to change in my list here. So let's go on program 8 here, that doesn't have any program. So I choose, let's go to program 8. No. Yeah, now program 8. I select program 8. Now I can modify program 8. And then the first parameter says hold back style. And then you can choose program or segment. And this hold back is what the machine can stop the regulation of the temperature if the process value deviates a certain number of degrees from the set point value. And if it's on program, you use the same holdback protocol for the whole program. If you have it on segment, you will have to make one for each segment. So what is a segment and what is a program? The program is the whole temperature profile. I mean, you can heat, hold, and cool down and things like that. And each, what shall I say, new thing, there, for example, the heating, that's one segment. The dwelling is another segment, and the cooling is a third segment. So that's what segment means. So we can choose program here, so I have a holdback for the whole program. And then normally it says off, then it doesn't use any holdback at all. You can choose, of course, to turn it on, and then we can choose, shall it affect if it deviates on the lower side or on the higher side or in a band, so we both have high and low side. So recommended is to choose band, and then we can choose how much shall the deviation be. So if the temperature, the process value, is more than 10 degrees off, we can change this for 15. We tend to run 15. Like this. If it's more than 15, so if it's too high, then the machine sort of make a pause and wait for the temperature to come down. If it's sort of lower than this, then it also makes a pause and wait. And then we come into 3 following menus giving, what shall I say, we need to decide what is the unit of our measurement in the ramping and in the dwelling time and so on. So here it says p minutes. So we want to choose the ramping unit in minutes. That means how many degrees per minute we want to ramp. We can also choose hours. Then we need to say how many degrees per hour we want to ramp, or per second. So let's take minutes. And then it's the dwelling unit. So that means when it holds the temperature steady. How long in hours shall it keep it? Or do we want to choose in seconds, or we want to choose in minutes? So we can choose hours, for example. Enter. And then we choose how many times shall the whole program run, how many cycles. So one is the most common, right? You heat up, hold and cool down, and then that's it. If you want to repeat that, then you change this. So let's keep it on 1. And then it comes to this option saying dwelling at the program end. That means shall it just hold the temperature at its end point and wait for the user to come, or do you want to do something else? So here you can choose this other option, or this option. So normally we choose dwell. And then we come to the segment, programming the segment. So here is the first segment we want to configure now. It always gets a number for name that you just click ahead here. And then you choose what the segment is supposed to be. The last segment is always called the end segment. But now if segment 1 is the end segment, that means the whole machine will just stop and do nothing. So we want to change that, right? Let's say we want to have a rate. That means we want to raise the temperature or cool the temperature. And since this is the first segment, we're obviously talking about ramping up the temperature. I choose. What is the temperature I want to heat to? Well, let's choose a temperature set point, 300 degrees. We can take that. And then it's the rate. And this is the rate per minute as we selected before, right? So you can choose a heating rate of 5 here. That's 100 degrees per 20 minutes. And then we come to segment number 2. What are we going to do then? It gives a number just to keep track of the segments. And this is now the end segment. So if we just want to heat it up and then do nothing, then we do end. But let's do a dwelling time now. So we change from rate to not time, but to dwell. That means keep the temperature fixed at 300 degrees. Time was set in hours before, right? So we decided that this number should be in hours. So we can choose that, okay, keep the temperature for 1 hour. Then we come to segment number 3. Choose, it just gives an automatic number. Now this is the end segment. Let's change. We want to do a new rate. That means the cool down. Or we can make even heat it also. If it goes up or down, that is depending on the set point value. Now you see it pre-selected 25 degrees, but I could choose 400 degrees here instead. Then it will increase even more, right? So if I choose 25, that means we're starting a cool down cycle. Rate is still in minutes, degrees per minute. I can choose to cool down at the same 5 degrees per minute. Then we come to segment number 4. It gives an automatic number. And let this be the end segment. If we do that, then this is finishing the program. And then that's it. So now we can go to our program list and choose to run the program. So if I click here, this program will now start. If I want to cancel it, I hold these two. Now you see that thing is gone, so now no program is running. Now the program starts to run. Oh. Yeah. Now it's off again. So let's go back to the programming menu. Go in. We want to change program 8. Program 8. We go here, go through all the settings that we set before. And if we change the ramp unit, if it is in minutes on this dwelling time, then it looks like we can change that, for example. Now it says for the ramp, let's keep that on minutes. But let's change the dwelling time in hours now to minutes. This is a little bit weird. We go into the segment. So first comes the rating up to 300, the same settings as before. And now we come to the dwelling segment, but now you see it's in hours. You choose 1 hour before, but you see the display is different. So now we have here, we have hours, and here we have minutes, because we choose minutes. If we would have chosen seconds, then this would have been minutes, and this will be seconds, right? So let's go through here. So now let's start over the program, because let's see if we want to erase the program now completely. Then I go into the first segment, segment number 1, and then I change this to end segment. Then the program is erased. So now there's nothing more on program 8. And that's it.